I'm going to moderate this webinar, and webinar is going to be hosted by our CEO, Vytautas Baublys. And as you see, webinar is going to be recorded, and recording is going to be sent in a few days to your emails, which you fill in the registration form. So I would like to ask you to stay muted and do not share your cameras during all the webinar for quality issues. And our webinar is going to have three parts. In first, Vytautas is going to present new features of new release. Second, demonstrate the most important ones. And third part is going to be for questions and answers. So please feel free to ask your questions in the chat section. I'm going to collect all the questions and read in the third part. So we can begin, Vytautas.
Thank you very much, Renata, for introduction of our event. And I'm happy to announce that finally we come to the 8th version. So it was long road to get to this version. And as you probably know already, that most of our versions, which have their final name, is some crucial versions, which come to show some new way where Softneta going. So this version 8 is the same crucial version for us because this version again going more deep into the personalization. So more and more features could be personalized for each user to achieve the most good way to use our product. And again, we also going more and more in segmentation, in the data analysis, so which allows our users not only use our product for the diagnostic, but also allow them to build databases on which you can train the artificial intelligence or try to create own solutions. So I believe it will be very interesting journey through our 8th version and learning all these new features. Again, we still expect this year to have 8.1 version, so which must come probably at the end of the year, which will again have some news. So I hope everyone ready and we can start. Again, these who will didn't had occasion to join, so please use our YouTube channel to get latest updates. So today I will present my presentation where I will in details explain the new features, and also we will discuss a little bit about upcoming features, about our ideas, what we try to do in the future. And of course, your questions is the same valuable like my presentation. I hope some of you will get answers to the questions which is still not clear for you. So let's see what's new in version 8. So as I already explained it, so this version is already turning to the users and trying to be more friendly to each of you. So what we did, as you see, we did what all shortcuts now could be personalized for each user. So if you use some functions very often and you using other softwares for diagnosis which have different shortcuts than MedDream, so now you can synchronize your shortcuts to have the same commands in all your systems, and then you could easily call the same functions no matter in which product you are working. So this I believe will be very critical because we was asked so many times about it. And the nice feature of it, that you don't need to be administrator to have possibility to change this. It's okay for any users to try to change this shortcuts, and when you work with your application, you feel what application do as you like with all your shortcuts. Another important development which was done, so it's in the fusion. So first of all, we added nuclear medicine support. So again, was significant extending of the PET-CT viewing. So now the nuclear medicine is also supported. Another big work which was done. So now you can fuse also standard MRCT series if the fused data have the same positions. So you can fuse them too and get additional data. Many times we was asked why our ROI measurement is only ellipse, no rectangle. So finally we finish it with discussion what is better, ellipse or rectangle, because both measurements now is available. So each of you which have some preferences can select the right measurement for you. Again, this is to our direction to listen our users and give them the needed features in such way like they prefer. Also, we added for the spine labeling and spine measurements another tools, which is really nice. You can go through the all spine, get all angles of all spine elements, and again simplify your diagnosis. So this is all visual features which was developed. Of course, we also did a lot of security improvement because we each version we upgrade our libraries. Our all team is also do a penetration test, and each time we're getting better and better for our users. And maybe the last new is, but finally our product is compatible fully to be installed also in the Mac systems. So to these who is a Mac user, so it's a good news. So you could deploy our MedDream on the Mac system now too. Here in the details, what's new. So as I already explained, rectangle, new measurement, vertebral angle. We got another fusion studies, nuclear medicine support. Also, we improved our MPR engine to support nuclear medicine and fusion in the MPR view. Missed MPR view, which you already know, have also 3D view. Today I will show in my live presentation also this news. Also saving of key objects was simplified. We again tested against the newest releases of Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Microsoft Edge. So all of them is well supported and can be used in any of your installations. Also, we had new features improvement in our viewport API. So these IE companies or our partners which using our viewer API functionality. So you getting new features in that by allowing you to present multi-frame images and other images in viewport API functionality. So more and more functions appearing in our viewport API, thanks to our partners. Another good also situation that our all modulars, including video stations, N2 packs and packs premium, became now a modulus of our viewer, and we have the same certification level like our viewers. So they all will be classified as class 2B products. So this is also very, very good news for our partners. So yes, so with color palette, you can use and color your studies to get more data and compare with your original image to see the difference more clearly. the very important feature which is arrived, and I really waited for that, it's in our MPR view mist, and in all other views now you have this feature possibility to copy to clipboard your created image or save as a secondary capture series. So this is very important because, as you remember, in the past you was able to create the nice MPR view with the pathology in the view, but didn't have possibility to save it for your colleagues to show it uh, in the same fashion like you diagnosed. So in this version, this functionality is arrived, and the same with nuclear medicine. When you create a fusion on nuclear medicine studies, it will be presented in the MPR view too. Yes, so in the past, as you remember, and in my example of print screen, you can see ellipse nearby rectangle. So any of you which have some preferences now can select your preferred measurement tool, or also you can customize. For example, if you don't use ellipse and you don't see a value in ellipse measurement, you also can hide in settings menu by unselecting unneeded tools. The same vertical angle allows by one click measure the angle, and you could go through all vertebrae to see all needed angles. So thanks to our partners, this new way of really innovative, very fast measurement was appearing. And we are very satisfied by our partners with this measurement, especially when you are labeling big amounts of data and you need to perform fastly to achieve your goals. Here is how new Fusion works and how it's done. So it's, as I said, you need to have the series which would be done or with MR or CT device, and these series need to be in the same position. And if you have two different series, for example, one with contrast, another without, so you can fuse them and see the fused view in all positions. Yes, it's a spine labeling tool which also allows you to mark pathologies. So very fast way to label it. We already have heavily users, which was run it for our pilot versions, and we got very good feedback about the how easy it is to label the spine and how fast it's working. So we are really proud about this measurement. Yes, this is also, I am not able to say you how many years I was asked to allow to customize the hotkeys, and finally, all of you which waited for this feature will get it. And this is a big win. So this is very easy. Now, when you see, go to in about box and see the click the shortcuts, you see the edit icon. And by clicking edit icon, you could select any combination you prefer to call the function. So this is finally available, and you can save, and if you're not in administrative menu but you are a user, it will be saved to your local cache, and in this device the hotkeys will work as you saved. Yes, live share functionality. I don't know how much you're familiar with our live share, but some of our partners already heavily using this function, so we constantly upgrading the security, also the design of the feature. The idea of the feature is allow to work on the same case several investigators and to see the presenter actions for all of you in the real time and get discussion going on about the what is in that study. What we did for Mac, so because as you already know, what our product is created, backend is based on Java, frontend on WebGL. So these technologies is already compatible with Mac OS. Also, we did a lot of work on the Docker development to allow our Dockers be deployed on Mac OS too, not only on these which using uh, normal architecture of processors, but also for Mac processors. So now any of Mac system could deploy the MedDream on the OS and you could work. So if you prefer Mac for performance, for the security, so you could deploy the servers also on the Mac OS too. And the users, like in previous versions, of course, can use MedDream very well on the Safari or other browser which would be deployed on the Mac OS. Another big news, like each year, when COVID not stopping us, we planning to be in RSNA. This time, I believe we will have many news on RSNA, which most of you will be surprised. I hope very big brands will announce the partnerships with Softneta, but we still need to wait RSNA. So to these who is attending to RSNA, you are all welcome on our booth, which will be 6.8.11. And you can meet myself, our CTO, our financial chief. So and also it will be some business development chiefs from Middle East, Asia, from Israel, from USA. So it will be plenty of people which could help, which could do a decisions. So for these partners which planning to see what's new in radiology in 2022, and you will be in RSNA, so all of you are welcome to visit our booth. Yeah, it's a question. So we finishing the first part of our presentation, which was dedicated mostly for the presentation. Now we are going live, and I really wait the time when I show you a real working product, which was installed for me just day ago. So I am also learning together with you the newest functions and happy to say so. Let's start from the most complicated ones, from the CTs. I will try to present you the news. So let's start from MPR view. I'm dropping MPR view and let's select MIST. So now I have all MPR functionality like you saw already in previous version, but what we have new, we have possibility now to create the secondary capture. So now I clicking secondary capture. This is already showed, but it's saved. So we can find it in secondary capture the new recreated images for the, as you see here, from my work. And each other user which will connect, so he can just look into the secondary capture section and see and find own images. The same you can do now also not only with MPR view, but also create own 3D view which you prefer. Rotate and again create the same secondary capture image. As you see, we have it here also. So all your work could be saved for reviewing of your users. It could be also exported to the patients. So this was really big work, as you understand. It's behind that huge mathematics because we need to create the right image from the right data. Maybe just one thing, if you like to have better resolution, my advice, always double click to be in the full mode, view mode. When you save a secondary capture, then you have better resolution on your image. So this is regarding MPR view and the news on the secondary capture. Also have note that you have a copy to clipboard function, which you can click and copy the image to be pasted in your reporting system or in your work. So the image now in your clipboard, and you can copy and reuse it. Now we're switching to more advanced function. So now I will prefetch. I have one series which contains two different phases. So I am loading now the series. As you see, it's now split into two virtual subseries. So now I'm selecting one of subseries and clicking Fusion button, then selecting what I like to fuse with that series, and it's create me a fused image. As we see, this image have some because the positions is not ideal, so I still can manually correct and even rotate if needed the image to be precise precise for for the my view when I scroll through the fused image. So this is a new, which was not before, and as I said, also very important thing. But you can do the fusion not only on CT but also on MR and nuclear medicine. So this was a huge enhancement. Now another feature which I told and which everyone waited. So now we're going to the shortcuts. Then I go to the click shortcuts. As you see, now we have an edit toolbar on where I can easily select any button which I would like to be presented. For example, for invert, I would select S, and then it would work. So for example, I'm saving, save, and now I can, with S button, I am changing my inversion. So this is really simplifies your work, especially if you work with daily, and the speed for you is crucial. Another very important thing you also need to check, it was in previous version, but also improved navigation between the key images and key objects. So you always have now on the key images, you having the fast scrolling buttons to scroll through the key images. They was also improved the key image saving. So now when you click saving, this is work better with annotations, so more stable. Big news for the our partners which still need DICOM print functionality or print on the paper. So in my version, I didn't install that, but now it's in the newest release. We have package which need to be installed on the computer from which you like to print DICOM prints, and then from MedDream you can activate the DICOM print and pass the information about printed study to that application, and you could then design the printing. So this is important. So you need to contact us if you need DICOM printing, and the function is already available. So you will need to only download the package, installation package for DICOM printing application, and activate the button in our setting menu. So this is yes, this is features. Yeah, measurement. As you see, rectangle now appearing here. So rectangle very easy to do. You just drawing the same like ellipse. You getting same parameter, just they calculated in the rectangle. So this is already done. So now we can switch also to the labeling. So for example, I would like to do vertical angle. So it's very simple. You click one point and you have angle. So you could easily measure each vertebra angles. So this is really nice feature, which is actually very close to cob range, but you can do each of vertebrae now. And the same you could see now spine labeling tool. When you click spine labeling, you also can select what spine you are labeling and then go through each of them. The one note to finish them, if you don't want to label each of vertebra and you like to stop, it's double click. For example, I'm selecting here, start labeling. So for example, I'm labeling, and final is double click. This is will finish. So you need to know what the vertebrae you need to put exactly by one by another. And if you don't need to label all of them, so double click will finish the labeling. Yes, another nice feature which you need to check is a pen, so you can drive a pen. We also have arrows now where you could point to think. And again, you not mandatory now need to save annotation. If for some reason you need only the image, you click secondary capture, and again you have everything saved as a secondary capture. And I'm dropping now, so you see the same image, but now it's burned to the image. So if you export, it will show you in JPEG the same data. So patients will see the same comments, everything. Because before, as you remember, if I write annotations and save as annotations, and if I export, I have just plain JPEGs if I export in JPEGs. So this is also allowing you now to play with the data. So if you have annotation and like to export JPEGs with annotation, so you can burn into the secondary capture and then export from secondary capture the right image with right annotations. Yes, the live share, as you see now, the more friendly design, where you can see how many users is connected immediately. Start the button, and it's again created more protection on token side and other, but your session would be not interrupted. Yes, so this is what was done from visual part. Again, the backend and the speed and performance was also improved in this version. So for all of you which is really working on the or care about your security, performance of your system, it's really mandatory to upgrade to this version 8, because here its fixes is already exist. So I believe about what's already done. I explained everything. I like to tell a little bit what's coming next. So we decided also a lot to work now on our MPR engine. So what we are missing now in our MPR engine still was not created. So when I create now MPR view, we are able to work only on rotated projections, but I'm not able to create curved MPR. So, for example, for this spine label, I would like to create curved MPR and then get in this view my spine. At this point, it's still not possible, but we already put it in our roadmap. So, but in upcoming 7-8 months, we will have full curved MPR functionality included in our MIST MPR2. So I believe for dental field, for our partners, it will be very critical to have it. Another good thing which you can expect. So also we're trying to do a performance test with new uh, lossless compression formats. So we expect for the cloud computing to also in the coming 8 months increase at least twice performance of data loading. For this, we're partnering with very big vendors, and this is one of the news which we like to announce on RSNA. Unfortunately, till RSNA, it's a secret, but on RSNA it will be, I hope, loudly announced, and each of you will know it. And I'm proud to say that on this very innovative developments of Neta is taking one of the majority part. So this is also important for the cardiac ultrasound users. I almost forget to mention, but we developed a new way of ultrasound presentation for very big ultrasound studies. We have possibility now to prepare the video, MPEG-4 video files, which work with the same quality with lossless compression, but you could immediately start seeing images. You don't need to load all multi-frame to your viewport, so you could immediately load the view, even 16 videos in seconds. And if you like to check some of your multi-frame in details, so you could double click and switch to multi-frame work. This is also giving you tremendous speed on the viewing, and also not impacting your quality. We worked very hard for these new features, around 7 months to release. So for these our partners which facing some problems on the performance with multi-frame images, Angio, please contact our support and get guidance how to enable this video viewing with preparations. Also, the big development was done if we speak about backend, about prefetching of studies. So we already launched it with several of our partners. The messaging, when patient registered to come to hospital, our viewer informed proactively about upcoming patients, and we can collect the data about patients from various systems and prepare them for viewing. And when patient is released from the hospital, we can remove that cache from server and again optimize the performance for our users. So I believe this is a most big news about upcoming versions. So again, the speed will be one of the topic, the streaming speed. Another topic will be curved MPR, because it's very critical for our dentist partners, because we like to have curved MPR on the CTs. Also, we will implement definitely next version non-DICOM support. So for these partners which is building VNA system or have non-DICOM repositories mixed with your DICOM repositories, will be a way to integrate in our viewport not only DICOM data but also plain non-DICOM data by using our P instructions. So I hope you really enjoyed my session, and now we can move to our last part, is questions and answers. So I hope this will also give you some more information. So Renata, giving to you.
Yeah, I need to share my screen. Yeah. Okay, let's start with the questions we got in the registration form. So, is the Spanish translation ready?
Yes, this is a very good question, and it's really related to the our future development. So we already did in our company decision that all languages, major languages, will be included in our package. This version 8 still have only main language, so like English, German, Lithuanian, I believe. Spanish, French exists, but you need to enable with our support. But since version 8.1, it will be selectable. So when you install, you will have possibility to select which language you are select, and then your product will be automatic in this language. Spanish is definitely exist, so you just need to contact our support, and they will explain how you need to activate the Spanish language in our product.
Okay, thank you. Another one is e-learning.
Yes, e-learning it's a topic for our viewer, and we have several very big companies which is already do like Collective Mind Radiology doing the e-learning sessions using our technology. But yes, this is our product is really widely used for e-learning sessions in universities, um, because it's a web technology which allow many users to connect to the same resource, get lections, get trainings. So yes, if I understood correctly question, so yes, our tool is perfect for e-learning sessions.
Okay, thanks. Another one is a guide with technical steps for upgrading from version 790 to 800.
Yes, in release notes and in technical, when you download, you need to check technical files, where is instruction, what you need to do. Of course, most important to backup your settings files, global JSON, and these settings files must be backed before you proceeding with upgrade. But please read also carefully our user and technical materials which is in the package.
Okay, another one. Copying and pasting ROIs and measurements onto other images sequences. And also another part, remain in measure ROI tool, save ROIs to show up later.
Yes, so yes, you can copy the same raw tools to other by using copy button. But if we speak about the,
Only,
please, Raimundus, proceed.
sorry, Vytautas, only ellipse you can copy and paste.
Ah, yeah, sorry, yes. Only ellipse, but Royce, yes, rectangle would be not able. Only ellipse. At this point, rectangle would be not supported, but ellipse would be supported to be copied.
Okay, another one, add a key image to the study as a DICOM image. Add key image to our report in our system.
Yeah, so for this, it's two way how you can do it. So one way is you can use copy to clipboard function, and by clicking copy to clipboard, you could paste the the needed data into your reporting. So this is one way. Another way is include our integration team to assist you in the key image integration. We had very interesting project with one big vendor, which is constructed X-ray machine, and in this X-ray machine, they needed to include the image. So by clicking clipboard button, we transferred the data to the management system. So this is possible to do, but this need manual interaction with our integrators to understand how we can pass the data, and then if needed to also add some new functionality in our copy to clipboard button or secondary capture button. So So this would need also some time from our integration department.
Okay, thank you. And now one stop spine numbering. I believe it was answered
Yes.
before.
So,
It needs
yes,
double click.
it needed to be double clicked, and at this point, there's still no possibility to remove unneeded labels. We already discussed with heavily users, but still didn't get ideas how to create it, because you see it's hard when you remove some labels in middle, how the counting must automatically need to be recalculated. So it's a lot of questions, so we still don't know how to fix it. So one of the solution which our partners do, so they just remove unneeded labels from the view. They put in different, because you can edit and drag them and put. I will show, maybe it will be more clear in my presentation. So maybe this idea will help in your case too. So now when I have, when I labeling, for example, this spine, I select a label tool. Select this labeling, and I start labeling. And for example, I labeled, and I don't need some of them. So what I can do, I can remove it from that view, but when my algorithm calculate it or see, so it ignores this. At this point, we have only one way how to remove unneeded. Of course, other way is to place only needed, but sometimes it happens that you need to have right numbers on each, and you need to miss one. So in this case, how our partners do, they just remove it from the view, put on the black corner, so it's automatically understood what this is was not needed. So this is only way at this point how we proceed with such cases.
Okay, next one. Measurements disappear when one moves from one series to the other. Would like them to persist during the duration of the read and potentially for long term without creating a key image.
This is the discussion which is also on our roadmap. But this is very big development we like to develop, but MedDream would remember statuses. So it's not only measurements, not only uh, text annotations, but also zoom level, windowing. So we like to create what when you work through the your session, but MedDream remember your selection. But this is tremendous amount of work, and still we discussing with several vendors, but no one of them uh, deciding to order yet this functionality. So I'm skeptically looking what in two upcoming versions which will appear, but maybe after at the end of the next year, we will have some more works in this field. But it could change. It could change because this topic is hot, and we're getting more and more requests on status saving. So we're thinking from our perspective also how to do it the simple way, but still at this point it seems it's other functions like speed and performance is still more hot, so they are still have higher priority on our roadmap.
Okay, thank you. Labeling from outside study comes as black instead of white. See spine MRI labeled images.
For this question, we would need more detailed description with print screens. So if you could send us some print screens by email, so we can comment more on your question.
Okay. Change and edit keyboard shortcuts.
So please not to change or edit keyboard shortcut. So I already presented. So you just need to go in about box, select shortcuts, and then edit them one by one, which you like to change.
Okay. Make it easy for us to know which is the current and which are prior studies with color box or some icon on the side of the images. P
This
for
is yes,
prior.
yeah, this is a very good point, and this is in our roadmap. So I believe, but in two coming versions, which functionality will appear.
Okay. Enable CT MR fusion for MR X-ray or CT X-ray fusion. Currently only PET-CT.
Yes, so I like to add, but not only PET-CT, nuclear medicine too, and PET-MR, PET-CT, and nuclear PET and nuclear CT. This is the new version which you need to try and it's appear. Yes, MR, X-ray, and CT-MR is already done. So this is already done, except the X-ray. With X-ray is not supported. So, but in next version, we're not planning to work more on this because at this point our partners satisfied with the result. So yes, CT-MR fusion is already working, and the PET is not only on CT now but on MR2 plus nuclear medicine.
Okay, thank you. Uh, Changing the thumbnail sizes, we will need to think about how this affects product on mobile or other viewers.
Yes, when you change to mail sizes, so this is visible only on the desktop version because the mobile mobile version is it don't have to mail, so for you will be no problems.
Okay, want to learn about what MPR and 3D capabilities exist? Do they come standard?
Yes, if you are working on the mist technology, which we be including now in all our releases, yes, they come with standard. The
Okay,
optional only left our 3D server-side rendering.
okay, so we got a few questions during webinar. Will per user shortcuts will be available via his integration with the use of tokens?
Yes, because this saves on your. So it's two ways how you can edit. So one way you edit in global JSON and then it's available for all users new shortcuts, or you can edit for yourself when you work on your computer. So yes, in this case, on that computer will be saved already the new shortcuts.
Okay. Another question is not about new release, but in general, should your product be identified as MedDream, as the logotype in the viewer, or MedDream with a capital letter at the beginning as in your documentation? So I would like to answer that our logotype is like you see in the viewer with small m in the beginning, but in all the documentation and certification and our website, MedDream is in capital first M letter. So another one, any chance to have a web importation tool directly in MedDream viewer to import from external device DICOM file, CD, DVD, USB key, and to assign to the correct patient at import?
Yes, this tool is already exists. You need to check in our website send to packs tool. This is a part now. Send to packs. So if you go, maybe I will share just also to give more information. So when you go to Softneta site, you just go products and you will see send to packs. So this application is created for this task.
Okay, thanks. Fusion should show modality selected MR, PET, CT, CT, CT-MR, and not hard-coded CT, PET.
Could you share the screen, Renata?
Oh, sorry, what? Yeah.
So,
I will repeat.
yes.
Fusion should show modality selected MR, PET, CT, CT, CT-MR, and not hard-coded CT, PET.
Right, this is true. We're working on it to change it and to present the right fused data. This is correct. This is
If,
issue. We know this issue and working on it.
mhm. If there is any mistake in annotation, can the secondary image be deleted at the user end or not?
No, the user is not able to remove already saved secondary capture image. It could only PACS administrator connect and remove, because this is a, you can add only new one with correct data, but when you need to ask your PACS administrator to remove the wrongly saved data.
Okay. I would like to know more about phase management in series. I would like to know if it is expected that specific tools will be implemented to properly view the series containing phases with different weights used, for example, in MRI.
Yeah. For this answering correctly, we would need also more data, like examples of studies which you believe our existing engine works wrongly and not present correctly the phases. So we could investigate and say, is it some problem with our programming, or it would need to configure a new functionality in our new releases. But this would be valuable for us if you could share some anonymized studies where you would see the benefits of this creation. So this would allow us to discuss internally about such new functionality.
Okay, what are the key differences between oblique and oblique mist? Shall oblique be withdrawn?
Yeah, we're still discussing in it because it's two differences. Oblique mist, it's purely developed by Softneta, and we developed it 3 years. So it's our new engine which works only on the end user rendering. So it means it's no don't have a problem with bandwidth stability. It's have better performance, and we strongly believe in future of this engine. Our Oblique is based on the third-party libraries, and this is have very powerful and very beautiful 3D rendering engine. So, but it's heavily depend on the calculation capacities of server and bandwidth. So at this point, this is very rarely used. So in my opinion, yes, we have more and more development in oblique mist and less in oblique.
Okay. What about opening studies from patient CDs? Will it be available and when?
So it's a related question to the first, which is talked about importation, and I saw what colleague write it, but he think it about web import, so don't using the send to packs. At this point, we don't have in roadmap the creation of the web import. So the same recommendation would be to use our send to packs tool to store your CD data to your archive or MedDream directly, because send to packs could store data directly to the MedDream and then investigate the data. So it depends what you like to achieve. If you like just to view data, so maybe better is to configure to store your CD data directly to the MedDream through the send to packs, and then not store the data to the packs, because when you close the session, the cache will be removed. So this is would be the answer. Or you can store to the packs with send to packs, but it's no way at this point that MedDream could import, and we still not designing this feature in our roadmap, at least for half year.
Okay, and we got some answer to the before question. I know send to packs. I mean web
Yes, so this is
importation.
what I commented, but at this point we're not planning to have web tools in the MedDream which would allow without application to import the DICOM data to the MedDream. So you still at this point need to use some application to import your DICOM data to MedDream or your packs or workstation, and then MedDream could fetch the data.
Okay, another one question. Any consideration on a static MedDream viewer that can be burned onto SCD?
Yes, so we had in the past, these who are more than 6 years with us, they know that we had our CD viewer based on the MedDream. At this point, we recommend you use some external CD viewers which is available on the market, but more and more we facing problems for our partners that they are not able to use or find good CD viewer, which is not demand significant investments and other stuff. So we discussing, and we are still not finalized our idea, because for us it's like 2 months of work to create this CD viewer from our existing medium, and fast look, but CDs is like dying technology, and we don't know is this 2 months is worth to be invested. So that's why we still don't know. We don't decide it yet. Is we will build again the CD viewer or still rely on the third-party applications.
Okay, thank you. So as I see, this was the last question.
So I hope this 1 hour passed quite fast for you all, and you heard something new which you I hope liked in the MedDream. So again, we will see each other after 3 months. I will present 8.1 version, which I believe again will be very exciting news. And to all of you, please, if you come to RSNA, stop by our booth, get some time with us, and we would like to see you face to face. Many thanks for coming and listening our webinar.
And I want to add that in few days you will get a recording and you can share with your colleagues or review later. So thank you and have a nice day for everyone.
Thank you. See you all. Bye.
Bye.